Welcome to the news on NTA International. I am Olajide Bello. We now bring you the headlines. Sudan's consultations with the United States and representation at Geneva peace talk ends without agreement. World Health Organization sets to convene a closed virtual meeting to discuss the upsurge of Mpox 2024. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame has been sworn in for a fourth term, saying regional peace was a priority in the face of ongoing conflict in neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. Kagame swept to victory in elections last month with a staggering 99.18% of the vote, giving him another 5 years in office. Several dozen heads of state and other dignitaries from African nations joined the inauguration ceremony at the packed 45,000-seat stadium in Kigali, where many were dressed in the green, yellow and blue colors of the Rwandan national flag. The outcome of the July 15 poll was never in doubt for the iron-fisted Kagame, who has ruled the small African nation since the 1994 genocide as de facto leader and then president. Human rights activists said the 66-year-old's overwhelming victory was a stark reminder of the oppressive regime in Rwanda, with only 2 candidates authorized to run against him and several prominent critics barred. Kigali is also accused of stoking instability in the mineral-rich east of the DRC, its much larger neighbor, by backing M23 rebels fighting Kinshasa's armed forces. Bangladesh's new Chief Justice, Syed Rifat Ahmed, has been sworn into office after his predecessor, viewed as a loyalist of toppled Premier Sheikh Hasina, quit following protester demand. Report says it is the latest in a string of fresh appointments to replace an old guard viewed as linked to the previous regime, ousted by the student-led uprising. Syed Rifat Ahmed, the senior-most High Court judge, was sworn into office by President Mohammed Shahabuddin. The president's press says he is the 25th Chief Justice of Bangladesh. Meanwhile, the former Chief Justice, Surendra Kumar Sinha, alleges he was forced to resign last November after the head of the country's military intelligence agency threatened him at the behest of the government. Sudan's consultations with the United States ended without reaching an agreement. Head of Sudan's delegation said on Sunday that the consultations were aimed at determining whether a delegation representing the army or the government will participate in peace talks in Geneva on August 14th. Report says a delegation from the Sudanese government traveled to Saudi Arabia's Jeddah on Friday to consult with the U.S. The talks, scheduled for August 14 in Geneva, is geared towards bringing to an end the 15-month war between the army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF. And in Sudan, floods have displaced thousands of families already in refugee camps as floodwaters spread across a valley near the city of Abu Hamdan, north of the country. From Apani tells us more.
Severe flooding has forced people displaced by Sudan's civil war to relocate once again, adding to the plight of families already wearied by the conflict. The UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, says at least 200 families had so far been relocated, while it has provided emergency tents and relocated affected families. The agency describes as huge the needs of victims, which include access to water, hygiene and sanitation. Bichenge Malaika Balikwisha, head of the Kassala sub-office at UNHCR, says the latest flooding is a crisis over a crisis. More than 11,000 people, including refugees and local communities in eastern Kassala state, have been impacted by the floods and heavy rains in the past 2 weeks, according to UNHCR. Forecast predicts more storms in the coming days. Over 10 million people have been forced to flee their homes, both within the country and across its borders, according to UNHCR, several times. Most parts of the country have deteriorated into a humanitarian crisis since fighting began over a year ago between the military and a powerful paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF. Frama Panyi, NTA News.
And the death toll from a landslide at a vast garbage dump in Uganda's capital Kampala has risen to 13 from the 8 initially recorded. Police spokesperson Patrick Onyango said on Sunday as rescue personnel continue to dig for survivors. At least 14 people have been rescued so far, he said, and that more could still be trapped. Uganda's Red Cross says tents have been set up for those displaced by the landslide. The landfill site, known as Kitezi, has served as Kampala's sole garbage dump for decades and had turned into a big hill. Residents have long complained of hazardous waste polluting the environment and posing danger to residents. After torrential rain in recent weeks, a chunk of the garbage from the landfill site broke off late Friday, crushing and burying homes on the edge of the site. Over 242 sacks of hard drugs have been destroyed by the Criminal Investigation Directorate of the Ghana Police Service. The exercise follows an order of the cut that the confiscated narcotics be destroyed as they exceeded the 0.3 potency required for medical use.
The extraction of the narcotic drugs was on the orders of the Circuit Court given between 2020 and 2024. The substances included 242 fertilizer sacks, 315 wraps, 24 sachets and 68 compressed slabs of narcotic substances and 3 medium-sized buckets of heroin. Mr. Prosper Kingsley Damaka, Registrar for the Circuit Court in Accra, said the substances were destroyed because cases involving their seizure have been tried by the court.
Judgment has been delivered in the cases. That is why we are here for their destruction.
Mr. Damaka said there were more illicit drugs in their possession awaiting judgment from the court. The destruction took place at the seashore behind the Black Star Square in Accra. The market value of the destroyed drugs was not to be disclosed.
World Health Organization is set to convene a closed virtual meeting to discuss the upsurge of Mpox 2024 Wednesday, 14 August. The meeting, which will start by 12 p.m., is the first meeting of the Emergency Committee convened by the WHO Director General under the International Health Regulations 2005. The Emergency Committee will provide its views to the WHO Director General on whether the events constitute a public health emergency of international concern, and if so, it will advise on temporary recommendations proposed by the WHO Director General on how to better prevent and reduce the spread of the disease, as well as manage the global public health response. Yobe State is to exploit the State Biomedical Science Research Training Center, domicile at the State University, to investigate the root cause of rampant kidney-related diseases plaguing northern part of the state. This came to the fore when a group of international scientists paid a courtesy visit to Governor Mai Malabuni to appreciate Yobe's commitment to advance scientific research and innovation in the country. Yunusa Suleiman reports.
These are scientists and researchers from reputable international universities on a summer school training visit to Yobe State. With their wealth of experiences, they assisted in the training of 450 medical doctors, scientists, researchers and academics from across Africa on artificial intelligence, malaria research, as well as brain disease research organized by the Biomedical Research Training Center of the Yobe State University.
Your support has not just been in supporting the summer schools. You have recognized that driving innovation has to happen via research and investigations. And because of this, I would like to appreciate you, Your Excellency, for supporting and funding the research that we are going to start commencing, inshallah, from tomorrow on the rising cases of kidney-related illnesses in Yobe State.
We're happy that already our specialists from various universities are taking the advantage of the availability of this state-of-the-art equipment to come for training for their research.
We are going to deepen this center, encourage it, sustain it, and with this research center, we have gotten a new window of marketing ourselves out.
The scientists unanimously envisioned Yobe State as becoming a science and research tourism destination for the conduct of medical science-related researches that will be beneficial to humanity. This is the third summer school training since the establishment of the center a few years ago, with accomplished scholars in attendance. In the Matru, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Emieson, has been conferred with a honorary fellowship of the Occupational Safety and Health Association, United Kingdom. Harman Jabani reports that it is in recognition of her diligence and commitment to ensuring a safe and conducive atmosphere for workers in the Federal Civil Service.
Occupational Safety and Health Association is an international professional organization registered in England and Wales dedicated to ensure occupational safety and health in land, sea, air, and the general environment. It is believed to be one of the leading institutions worldwide that provide health, safety, security, and environmental training and certification geared towards reducing hazards and incidences in the workplace and ensuring a safer working environment for all. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Emieson, says to get the best out of any worker, there is a need for the provision of a safe and conducive working environment, and that the office has established a fully equipped wellness center to guarantee the safety and mental health of civil servants.
When people are working very, very hard in an organization, it is the organization's responsibility to ensure that the environment where they work is conducive.
The body said Dr. Emieson has been an advocate of occupational safety and health in the workplace while championing the rights and well-being of civil servants. The office of the head of the Civil Service of the Federation has over the years been collaborating with the Occupational Health, Safety and Environment Department in the building the capacity of ushers, desk officers in the various MDAs. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
And in line with President Bola Tinubu's desire to provide quality and affordable housing for civil servants across the nation, Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Emieson, has laid foundation of 216 units of housing projects under the Federal Integrated Housing Scheme in Abuja. Harman Jabani again reports.
The Federal Integrated Housing Scheme, sited at the premises of Public Service Institute of Nigeria, will stand on 5.3 hectares of land and will accommodate 216 units of 2- and 3-bedroom apartments. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Emieson, commended the institute while flagging up the Fish Housing Estate, saying it is a great milestone, urging to contractors to ensure the project is speedily completed according to design specifications.
We understand that the earnings of civil servants is not much, so we try as much as possible to get the best quality for the minimum price, and you cannot get those opportunities anywhere else.
While inaugurating a newly built sport complex named after her by the Public Service Institute Management, Dr. Folashade Emieson called on civil servants to engage in physical exercises to boost their well-being and mental health. Director overseeing the Office of the Permanent Secretary Welfare Service Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, and the Administrator, Public Service Institute, speak more on the projects.
As we embark on this new phase, we are confident that to the glory of God and by His help, the outcome will be equally successful. In line with other projects that we have done, we anticipate that these new homes will provide comfort, security, and a sense of belonging to the fortunate beneficiaries.
Sport, as we all know, offers a healthy outlet for stress and anxiety and support mental well-being. This is part of our efforts to drive the sports, entertainment, and cultural aspect of the renewed hope agenda.
The Fish Estate will be allocated to core civil servants. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International. It's time to take a short break. More news when we return. Do stay with us.
Oh, that's wonderful! And that is what champions do! Now good football with a
He
talk.
has nailed that.
Now only GoTV fit give you all the La Liga,
Game changer.
Serie A,
And it's into the net again.
Premier League and other better football competitions. Get your GoTV decoder, GoTenna and 1 month GoTV Max subscription for only 9,900 naira. Terms and conditions apply. GoTV. Love it.
From the boardroom at the Broad Street in Lagos to the main streets of Kano and Nembe Creeks in Bayelsa, I hear the groans of Nigerians who work hard.
The air component of Operation Delta Safe has increased its rate of patrol, especially within the Niger Delta region, with the aim of locating illegal oil refining sites and destroying them. The latest being the destruction of 13 illegal refining sites and a vehicle in airstrike near Abuja and Oklahoma in Rivers State. The report. A consignment of cocaine worth billions of naira concealed in heavy-duty automobile parts and in fabrics have been recovered by the operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim reports that this was during the nationwide intelligence-led operations by the officers of the agency.
The more than 2.3 kilograms of cocaine concealed in Ghanaian traditional kente materials was scheduled for the United Kingdom when it was intercepted at a courier firm in Lagos on Monday, 5th August 2024. Same class of drug buried in heavy-duty pivot shift heading to the United States were recovered at the same logistics company after the NDLEA sniffer dogs fished out the automobile spare part containing the illicit drug. Similarly, different quantities of pentazocine injection, promethazine and cocodamol pills all heading to the UK, as well as 297 pills of tramadol going to Canada were intercepted. Meanwhile, NDLEA operatives at Tinkan Seaport, Lagos on Wednesday, 7th August, intercepted 532 parcels of loud in a bus, which is one of the 3 vehicles in a container coming from Montreal, Canada. The seizure was made during a joint examination with men of Customs Service and other stakeholders. In Adamawa State, the operatives on Thursday, 8 August, with the support of men of Operation Farauta Sector 3, Mayo Balwa, arrested 49-year-old man with 425 compressed blocks of cannabis sativa in his car. While commending officers and men of various special operations units, the chairman of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, urged them to continue with their current balanced approach to achieve zero tolerance in trafficking and consumption of illicit drugs in Nigeria. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Creating more opportunities for Nigerian youth towards addressing brain drain in the country is the focus of the 6th National Discourse and 2024 Conference organized by the Association of Muslim Men in Business and the Professions known as the Companions. Usman Zubair reports.
Thousands of Africans continue to migrate for better opportunities abroad. However, this growing trend, popularly known as the Japa syndrome, costs Nigerians approximately $10 billion annually in terms of brain drain. This conference captured the ethical dilemmas confronting the rich Nigerian youth today, whose mindset does not allow to appreciate the value of true essence of being proudly Nigerian.
An issue of national concern is how to retain Nigerian youths, in particular professionals and skilled workers within the country, to contribute to national development.
It is believed that various factors drive Nigerian youth and professionals to migrate. However, stakeholders are the opinion that government should formulate policies and programs that will encourage the youth to remain in the country for national growth and development.
Very much available for initiative, for ideas that can make this country thrive.
All join hands in this noble objective, ensuring that every Nigerian youth has the chance to realize their dreams, achieve their full potentials, contribute to our nation's growth, and live with dignity and hope.
Deputy Senate President Baro Ibrahim Jibril, who chaired the occasion, said Nigeria is blessed with abundant untapped resources. He assured Nigerians that the 10th Assembly is committed to enacting relevant laws that will make Nigeria conducive for the youth.
Thing that we cannot make it here. We have everything available for us. It's a lot of opportunities, endless opportunities. So we should leave that thinking, that orientation, that thinking, that mindset should be away from our minds and try to look inwards. Nothing that cannot happen in this country.
The theme for this year's conference and the 6th National Discourse for the Companion is between patriotism and self-preservation. Dilemma of the Nigerian youth, challenges at home, uncertainties abroad. Usman Zubair, NTA News.
And now to sports update.
The International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach says he will not seek to extend his stay when his second tenure ends in 2025, despite call for him to continue. The 70-year-old German lawyer, who has been president since 2013 when Jacques Roux left, was part of those who drafted the Olympic Charter, which limits the tenure of president to a maximum of 12 years, including a first term of 8 years and a second term of 4 years. IOC election will hold in Asian Olympia in March 2025, with a new president expected to take charge in June next year. Still talking Olympic, New Zealand Lydia Ko finished 2 shots clear on 10 under as she took Olympic gold in the women's golf at Le Golf National. 27-year Ko cadet a 1 under 71 in her final round with Germany Esther Henseleit taking silver at 8 under overall, and China's Li Ziyun collecting bronze, a further stroke adrift. Former world number 1 Kostriom completes her medal set after taking silver in Rio in 2016 and bronze in Tokyo 3 years ago, and qualifies her for the Ladies Professional Golf Association Hall of Fame. Away from the Olympics, unlike the experience in the just concluded Olympics, Nigerians will have a cause to smile when the 2024 Paralympics commences in France, as 24 athletes are ready to embark on training tour in Germany. Nigeria has participated in every subsequent edition of the Summer Paralympics, though it has never taken part in the Winter Paralympics. At the Tokyo 2020 Summer Games, Nigeria won 10 medals, 4 gold, 1 silver and 5 bronze, bringing its total number of medals to 80. And finally, world number 1 Jannik Sinner was knocked out of the Canadian Open in the quarterfinals by Russian Andrei Rublev. The world number 8 won 6-3, 1-6, 6-2 against the Italian top seed in a rain-interrupted match in Montreal. Sinner struggled with an injury to his right hip, and the 22-year-old frequently messaged the area, which could be a concern to him with the US Open starting in a fortnight's time. With Sports Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And now a quick look at the weather prospects for Sunday in Nigeria and other parts of the globe. That's the news on NTA International. Thanks for being a part of it. I'm Olajide Bello.